you've heard, okay? But 2028 is underway. Yes, you heard me right, 2028, not 2026, 2028. And if you don't believe me, take a listen to Gavin Newsom talking about whether he would consider running after the midterms.
Who the hell knows? I'm looking forward to who presents themselves in 2028 and who meets that moment. And that's the question for the American people.
Is it fair to say after the 2026 midterms, you're going to give it serious thought?
Yeah, I'd be lying otherwise. I'd just be lying, and I can't do that.
I heard he's in. That's the translation I got from that. And then you have former Vice President Kamala Harris, who has been asked literally every single time on her book tour if she is going to run for president again. And she's had different answers, but now she's evolved. Take a listen to this.
When are they going to see a woman in charge in the White House?
In their lifetime, for sure.
Could it be you?
Possibly.
Have you made a decision yet?
No, I have not.
But you say in your book, I'm not done.
That is correct. I am not done. I have lived my entire career a life of service, and it's in my bones. And there are many ways to serve. I've not decided yet what I will do in the future.
I am not done. Baby, that's definitive, okay? And Kamala Harris speak, that is an open door. I am taking that as someone that knows the vice president as an indicator, clock it. But it's not just Vice President Harris. You've got other 2028 would-be hopefuls like J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, Pete Buttigieg, former transportation secretary. You've got so many people. Wes Moore, governor of Maryland, who said he's not running for president, but you know, things change. Then you've got Donald Trump, who, I will mind you, cannot run for president again because of something called, you know, the 22nd Amendment. Yet here he is, talking about a third term.
I would love to do it. I have my best numbers ever. It's very terrible. I have my best numbers. If you read it, am I not ruling it out? You'll have to tell me.
Let me just read the 22nd Amendment to you. No person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice, and no person who has held the office of president or acted as president for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected president shall be elected to the office of the president more than once. Translation, Donald Trump is not eligible to serve for president again. It's not about what he would like to do. What we are currently experiencing, what we are hearing from the president himself to allies like Steve Bannon to even some Republican elected officials across the country, it's unconstitutional. And I'm not one of those folks that says, this is a distraction, it's not serious. No, I think what this president has taught me, and I hope has taught the rest of you, is that you should take what he has to say at face value. Two things can be true. Maybe it's not a distraction. Maybe it is, in fact, the strategy. Either way, 2028 is shaping up to be a contest to watch.
As Japan's prime minister tries to stand, she suddenly looks unwell and is unable to move from her seat. Her aides rush to help, and it takes a moment before Sanae Takaichi can actually get up. Takaichi's office confirmed that she has a cold and had to cancel meetings with local Middle Eastern ambassadors. Now, being sick usually wouldn't make national news, but there are growing concerns in Japan about Takaichi's health. She's known for working very long hours and sleeping less than 3 hours a night, which fellow legislators have expressed reservations about. On social media, people have been urging her to slow down and take care of herself, especially ahead of a crucial summit with President Trump in Washington. The U.S.'s ongoing war with Iran could loom over their meeting next week, and Japan has a lot at stake. It relies heavily on Middle Eastern oil, making it especially vulnerable to supply shocks. So Takaichi is under enormous pressure right now as she navigates the biggest oil disruption in history.
It is not a disease of the elderly anymore.
Steve Slack says he's grateful to be here. In 2018, he was diagnosed with food sensitivities after abdominal pain and changes to his bowel habits. 3 years later, things got worse. At 46, he was diagnosed with colorectal cancer, and it had spread to his liver.
This was the worst day of my life. Absolutely, no one should have to tell their kids that.
Adults under 50 are increasingly being diagnosed with colorectal cancer. It's why the Canadian Cancer Society is urging provinces and territories to lower the screening age for colorectal cancer to 45 instead of 50. Recent evidence shows Canadians born after 1980 are at least 2 times more likely to be diagnosed with it compared to previous generations, and more often at a later stage.
I was diagnosed with rectal cancer at the age of 34.
On Parliament Hill, survivors and advocates lobbied for earlier testing. The U.S., Japan, and Australia have already lowered the age for colorectal screening, some as low as 40. Dr. Shadi Ashmala treats young adults at Toronto's Sunnybrook Cancer Centre.
We know this is a curable, treatable disease, always if caught early enough.
Routine screening is done using an at-home kit. A stool sample is sent to a lab where it is checked for hidden blood. If positive, or for patients with symptoms, a colonoscopy is recommended. After treatment and a liver transplant, Steve's scans show no sign of cancer, but he wonders how different things would be if he was screened earlier.
We have a breaking news update now on that tragic situation out of the Middle East after a U.S. military aircraft went down in Iraq. CENTCOM now confirms all 6 crew members are dead. The Pentagon adding that the plane crashed over friendly airspace yesterday. The circumstances are still under investigation, but it was not due to enemy fire or friendly fire. The identities of the 6 service members will be released after their families are notified. And this now brings the total U.S. combat deaths from this conflict to 13.